What if one question could make your partner feel truly seen? Imagine asking something so heartfelt that it sparks a deeper connection, whether you're on your first date or decades into love. Welcome to The Art of Asking, the podcast where we uncover the magic of questions, those gentle keys that unlock intimacy, trust, and growth. I'm Emily Carter, your host, and I'm so excited to share this journey with you. After exploring the power of questions and the art of listening, today we're diving into a topic that touches the heart: questions in love, how to truly understand your partner. By the end of this episode, you'll learn a simple technique used by couples like Michelle and Barack Obama to keep their love vibrant, and it's easier than you might think. Joining us is Dr. Elena Rivera, a relationship psychologist who's helped countless couples build stronger bonds through the art of asking. Dr. Rivera, thank you for being here on The Art of Asking.
Thank you, Emily. I'm thrilled to be here. Questions are the lifeblood of love. They help us discover each other, grow together, and keep the spark alive. I can't wait to dive in.
Your passion is infectious. Dr. Rivera, let's start with a story. Can you share a moment when a question deepened a romantic connection in a powerful way?
I'd love to, Emily. Let me take you back 8 years to a warm summer evening in Miami, when I was in the early days of dating my now husband Javier. We'd been together a few months and things were good, but I felt we hadn't fully opened up. One night at a cozy Cuban restaurant, I took a chance and asked, "What's a dream you've held on to since you were a kid? Even if it feels silly now?" Javier paused, his fork hovering, then smiled. He shared how he'd always wanted to write a novel, a dream he'd buried under his demanding job. That question sparked a 3-hour conversation about our hopes, fears, and childhood memories. I shared my dream of traveling to every continent, and we laughed, dreamed, and bared our souls. That question didn't just bring us closer. It built the trust that's carried us through years together. That moment taught me that questions in love are like lanterns. They light up hidden corners of someone's heart. It reminds me of Michelle Obama's approach with Barack. In her memoir, she describes asking him, "What's the legacy you want to leave in this world?" That question wasn't about his career, it was about his soul. His answer, about creating a just world, showed her the man behind the ambition, deepening their bond. Questions like that reveal the essence of the person you love.
That dinner with Javier and Michelle's moment with Barack are so moving. Why do questions have such a unique power in romantic relationships to build intimacy?
That's the heart of it, Emily. Questions in love are powerful because they're acts of curiosity and care. When you ask your partner something meaningful, you're saying, "I want to know all of you, your dreams, doubts, and everything in between." That vulnerability invites them to share, creating a cycle of trust and closeness. Unlike casual chats, questions in love carry emotional weight. They're not just about facts, they're about feelings, values, and shared futures. Asking, "What makes you feel most loved?" isn't just gathering data. It's learning how to nurture your partner's heart. Psychologist John Gottman calls this building love maps, a deep understanding of each other's inner worlds, which is the bedrock of lasting relationships. His research at the University of Washington shows that couples who ask open-ended questions about dreams, fears, or daily experiences are 30% more likely to stay connected through challenges. Take Maya Angelou's approach. She'd ask her partner, "What's a moment in your life when you felt truly seen?" That question invited stories of joy and pain, forging bonds rooted in empathy. Her warmth made it a love language of its own. I saw this in my practice with Sarah and Tom, a couple married for 10 years who felt disconnected. They'd stopped asking about each other's lives, assuming they knew it all. I had them ask, "What's something you're facing right now that I don't know about?" Sarah shared her stress about a new job. Tom opened up about his fear of aging. Those questions rekindled their curiosity, showing how much they still had to discover. Questions don't just build intimacy, they keep it alive. Later, I'll share a simple way to craft questions that spark this kind of connection every day.
The idea of questions as a love language is so beautiful. How can we craft questions that truly open up our partners and foster that closeness?
Crafting questions that foster closeness is like tending a garden, Emily. It takes care, patience, and a gentle touch. The goal is to ask in a way that feels safe and inviting, encouraging your partner to share their heart. Start with open-ended questions that invite stories, not quick answers. Instead of, "Did you have a good day?" Try, "What was the moment today that made you smile?" That pulls out a memory and emotion, a piece of their world. I saw this work with a client, Mia, who was dating someone new. Their conversations felt shallow, so I suggested she ask, "What's a memory that shaped how you see love?" Her partner shared a story about his parents' devotion, opening a deeper dialogue that brought them closer. Brené Brown's work is a great example. She shared asking her husband, "What's something you're afraid to tell me but want me to know?" That question, asked with love, invited honesty about his insecurities, strengthening their bond. It shows that questions rooted in vulnerability create a safe space for truth. Timing is crucial. Ask deeper questions when you're both relaxed, not stressed. I learned this with Javier. I once asked, "What's your greatest fear?" While we were stuck in traffic, it flopped. But during a quiet walk, the same question led to a heartfelt talk about his fear of not living up to his potential. The right moment makes the question land. Your tone and presence are as important as the words. Ask with warmth, eye contact, and a readiness to listen. Oprah Winfrey's interviews show this. When she asked Toni Morrison, "What does love feel like to you?" her gentle tone made Morrison feel safe to share poetic insights. A 2018 study from Stanford found that questions asked with positive tone and body language increase emotional openness by 35%. That's the kind of asking we can bring to love, curious, caring, and fully there. What would happen if you asked your partner one question today that showed you truly care? Coming up, I'll share how to listen so deeply it transforms your love.
Mia's story and Oprah's moment with Toni Morrison are so inspiring. For those of us wanting to listen deeply to our partner's answers, what steps can we take to truly hear them?
Listening is where the magic of questions in love comes alive, Emily. Deep listening means being present for the words, emotions, and unspoken feelings. Hearing your partner's heart. Start with active listening. Give your full attention. No phones, no distractions. Show you're with them through small cues. A nod, a smile, or a quiet that means so much. I saw this transform a couple, Liam and Emma, who were struggling to reconnect. I had Liam ask, "What's something you wish we could share more of?" As Emma shared her longing for quiet evenings, Liam listened without interrupting, then said, "It sounds like you really miss our time together." That reflection made Emma feel seen, and they started carving out those moments. Embrace silence. After asking a question, let your partner think. Silence gives space for deeper truths. With Javier, I asked, "What's a time you felt really loved by me?" He paused for a long moment. Instead of jumping in, I waited. He shared a memory of me supporting him through a work crisis, a moment he'd never mentioned. That silence let him find something profound. John Gottman's research backs this up. His studies show that couples who pause after questions, allowing reflection, build stronger emotional bonds by 25%. Nelson Mandela in his personal life would ask his wife, Winnie, "What's weighing on you today?" and listen patiently. That patience deepened their connection through tough times. Follow-up questions show you're invested. If your partner shares a story, ask, "How did that make you feel?" Or "What did that teach you?" I did this with a friend, Sophia, in a new relationship. After she answered my question about her partner, I asked, "What's been the most surprising thing about falling for him?" That led to a talk about her rediscovered trust in love. Check assumptions. If something's unclear, ask, "Can you share more about what you meant?" This shows you care about understanding. These steps, presence, silence, follow-ups, humility, turn questions into moments of intimacy. What would your love be like if you listened this deeply every day?
Those steps feel so approachable, yet so powerful. How can we use questions in love to navigate tough moments, like disagreements or emotional distance?
Tough moments are where questions can make or break a relationship, Emily. In disagreements or when distance creeps in, questions can rebuild connection and foster empathy, if asked with love. I worked with a couple, Rachel and David, who felt like roommates after months of disconnection. They bickered over small things, but the real issue was emotional distance. I had Rachel ask David, "What's something you're feeling right now that you haven't shared?" David hesitated, then admitted he felt unappreciated at work and home. Rachel asked, "How can I support you through this?" Those questions opened a dialogue that reminded them they were a team. Michelle Obama's approach with Barack is a great example. She shared asking during tense moments, "What's really going on for you right now?" That question helped them navigate the stress of his career, keeping their bond strong by focusing on understanding, not fixing. For practical tips, ask questions that focus on feelings, not blame. Instead of, "Why are you acting this way?" try, "Can you share what's making this hard for you?" I used this with Javier during a disagreement about moving cities. I asked, "What's the biggest worry you have about this change?" His answer, fear of losing his community, helped us find a compromise like planning regular visits. Acknowledge emotions first. If your partner's upset, say, "I can see you're hurting. Can you tell me what's going on?" Brené Brown does this in her marriage, asking, "I know this is tough. What do you need from me right now?" Her empathy opens honest answers. A 2019 study from MIT found that empathetic questions in conflict reduce tension by 20% by signaling respect. Be ready for tough answers and listen without defending. Questions in hard moments often start the conversation, not solve it. Asking shows you're there, building trust over time. Stay tuned, because I'll share a daily practice to make this second nature in your love life.
Rachel and David's story and Michelle Obama's approach show how questions can heal. For listeners ready to bring this into their relationships, what's a simple way to start asking to understand their partner?
This is my favorite part, Emily, because it's so simple yet transformative. I call it the love question ritual. Each week, set aside a quiet moment with your partner, over coffee, a walk, or a cozy night in, and ask one meaningful question to learn more about them. Try, "What's a memory that always makes you laugh?" Or, "What's something you're dreaming about for our future?" Then, listen with your whole heart, letting their answer unfold. Do this for a month and your connection will deepen. I started this with Javier early in our marriage. One week I asked, "What's a time you felt really proud of us as a couple?" He shared a memory of us navigating a family crisis, reminding us of our strength. That question sparked a tradition we still follow, keeping our love vibrant. Maya Angelou's approach is inspiring. She asked loved ones, "What's a moment when you felt truly loved?" That question wove her relationships tighter, and we can all borrow it. Science supports this. A 2020 study from Stanford found that asking empathetic questions in relationships increases feelings of closeness by 35%. Make it playful. Create a question jar with your partner, where you both write questions you'd love to be asked, then draw one each week. I suggested this to a couple, Alex and Jamie. One question, "What's a place you'd love us to visit together?" led to planning a dream trip, reigniting their spark. What could one question a week do for your love? This practice is simple. Start with one question, listen with love, and watch your relationship bloom. Before we close, I'll share one final question to spark intimacy today.
That love question ritual sounds like such a beautiful way to connect. Dr. Rivera, what's that final question for our listeners?
Here it is, Emily. What's one question you've always wanted to ask your partner, and what's stopping you from asking it? That question is a doorway to deeper love. It might spark a conversation that changes your relationship. Ask it with courage, listen with care, and let it bring you closer.
Dr. Rivera, you've shown us how questions can make love stronger and deeper. Thank you for this heartfelt conversation. Listeners, what question will you ask your partner this week? Try Dr. Rivera's love question ritual. Ask one question, listen deeply, and watch your love grow. If this episode inspired you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next dive into the art of asking. We've got more tools coming for asking in leadership, community, and beyond. Share this with your partner or a friend who loves love, and let us know your questions on social media. We'd love to hear them. I'm Emily Carter, and I'll see you next time. Keep asking, keep loving, keep connecting.